Time to turn our attention to all things Arizona Cardinals. Yes, they are 0-3-1. Yes, Carson Palmer did go into the Ring of Honor. Our next guest, in my humble opinion, should be in the Ring of Honor as well, and that is Ron Wolfley. And I'm serious about that.
You dive bomb me.
Cardinals analyst should be in the Ring of Honor because of everything that you've done, stood for through the years, through the lean times, and as a broadcaster, you've done a ton. You're sitting here at 0-3-1. Are you surprised, Mr. Wolfley, a month into the season where things are?
Well, first of all, let me just say, thank goodness we moved on from that one, all right? I appreciate that. Thank goodness we moved. Next! And your question is, am I surprised where we are right now? No, I thought maybe the Cardinals would win one of the first 4 games. I thought maybe they'd be 1-3 after the first 4 weeks of the season. They are obviously 0-3-1. The tie against the Detroit Lions, and the Lions were the one team that I thought maybe they would actually beat. I think when the defense started to fall apart and not play up to their potential, it put more pressure on the offense. And I don't think Kyler Murray in that offense was ready for that pressure. Does that make sense?
Sure. He looks skittish now, 4 games in.
Well, you know, it's interesting because, boy, the Detroit Lions game, he looked fantastic.
The Ravens game, I thought there were some moments.
Not the first 3. Not the first 3 quarters. He was struggling in the first 3 quarters. Then all of a sudden lit it up in the 4th quarter. You know how difficult that is to do. That is so hard to do. As a rookie in his first game, he went out and did one of the most difficult things there is to do when you're a professional athlete, and that is to right the ship midstream. When you're struggling, you're not playing well, suddenly, when it matters the most, you play your best. That's what he did in his first start. His first start in the NFL. Stunning to me. And then, of course, going on the road against Baltimore. This is a good Baltimore Ravens team. And the fact that they were in that game, I was greatly encouraged. And then came Carolina. And then came what we saw against Kyle Allen. And Kyle Allen, man, Desert Mountain Kid, what a great thing that was to see, right? I wanted the kid to light it up and lose by 3 touchdowns, right? That's not the case. Kyle Allen lit it up from the very beginning, from that first possession. It was a big fat uh-oh. They lost that game right there. But again, I think the fact that they're trying to make up for so much on the defensive side, not having Pat P., not having Robert Alford, I think they're trying to help out their corners a lot, especially Byron Murphy, being a young rookie guy,
I like him,
right?
Though.
I like him a lot, what I've seen with him. Yeah. They're trying to help him out, Brad, and because of that, tight ends have been hurting him.
Hurting him? Fantasy
on
football.
On a historical level, hurting them.
Fantasy football.
Yes.
Cliff Kingsbury so far, what have you made out of the coach and figuring out the NFL?
Boy, I'll tell you, smart and humble is a great way to go through life, isn't it? That's what he is. He's very, very bright. And at the same time, he's got a shred of humility about him that I really, really appreciate. He doesn't think he knows it all. He doesn't act like he's got all the answers. He's working through the process himself. I do believe he came into the NFL and he thought to himself, Bradley, you know what? I'm going to go air raid. I'm going to go with the air raid for the most part, right? 10 personnel, 1 back, no tight ends, 4 wide receivers. Here we go, up-tempo, throw the ball. I think we've seen that percentage come down of 10 personnel. It was 70%, then all of a sudden it was 65, then it was 61, and last week we saw it. Last week we saw them use more 11 personnel, right? 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers, 1 back, 2 tight ends, 12 personnel. We saw that. We saw a different offense. We saw a commitment to actually trying to run the ball. He's learning, I believe, as the season is evolving. So is this offense.
Before I get you out of here, where are you at on Fitz getting to Jerry Rice? Everybody's got an opinion on it. Nobody knows Fitz and what he wants to do. It was pretty predictable. I heard from fans saying, I bet Fitz is so excited about getting to number 2. And of course he said, we didn't win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is what matters most.
Yes.
Do you think he could catch Jerry Rice?
What are we talking about? Are you talking about total receptions?
Yes.
No, honestly, I don't think he probably can. Okay.
You think he walks out?
I think he walks at some point in time. But I will tell you right now, I don't think it's this year. I don't think it's this year.
Ron, this offense for him, he could put up some big numbers.
He could. He is re-energized. There's no doubt about it. When you take the training camp and preseason, he was targeted more in training camp and preseason this year than he was the previous 3 seasons combined. So to me, I don't think Larry's going to walk away. Not after this year. Maybe one more, and then come see me then.
You've been coming in for many years, and we keep saying one more, 2 more. He is Ron Wolfley, hopefully a future Ring of Honor member with the Arizona Cardinals in studio. Appreciate his time.